So what are the key benefits of going down the apprenticeship route? Well, firstly, you earn while you learn. It's a job, so you're getting paid while you're training. Secondly, you don't have to pay for the formal training course, which can be a big bonus when people are having to get out loans to do academic training, for example. And thirdly, it suits different learning styles. So if you learn better on the job than you do in a classroom, then apprenticeship is probably something for you to look into.
I'm Emi. I'm the apprentice on the Historic Environment Advice Assistant Apprenticeship for the North East and Yorkshire. And my role is to shadow and be a part of lots of different teams across so partnerships and the DA team, development advice, listing team, business support team. And I get to see what work they do and get involved in cases and go out on site visits and basically learn on the job, which is great.
I'm Thomas Hills. I'm a Historic Environment Advice Apprentice for the Southwest region, and I'm based in the Bristol office. There's no typical day. Before the lockdown, I was doing sort of business work during the week, which is like logging planning applications and all sorts of casework that come through, and obviously a lot of archaeology. You see people trying to get around in that planning system. The next day you could be like going to a site. For example, I went to Breandown, the Western-super-Mare. One of our mapping specialists who works with the WebGIS, he actually helps write the National Trust guide for the site.
An apprenticeship is a job with training. So it's a bit different in terms of something like a university course where an individual would apply to do a specific degree. With an apprenticeship, an employer will offer an apprentice post, and that employer will have worked with a registered training provider, and the apprenticeship itself will be a mix of 80% of your time working in a job, learning that job, doing on-the-job training, and 20% of your time doing a taught program with this registered training provider.
I chose the apprenticeship route because it was just a really good opportunity to learn and to get experience in heritage. You're learning on the job skills, which you can't learn otherwise, other than if you're in that environment, that working environment.
We've had some fantastic archaeological lecturers as well through, because obviously Historic England's partnerships with Strode College for some of the delivery of the training program. We had David Ethelridge, and he is absolutely fantastic, really interesting, and he's been on loads of different archaeological digs. It was a week where he just sort of intense lectures. He took us to the Amesbury stone circles, and the way he was lecturing and guiding us around, it was really immersive. I'm not sure I could see myself finding an experience like that elsewhere.
We have developed 6 brand new apprenticeship standards for people who work in the historic environment. In archaeology in particular, there's 2 new apprenticeships being developed. So there's a level 3 archaeological technician, and that could be suitable for someone who has left school and thinks they want a career in archaeology. It could be suitable for someone who's gone and done a degree, but actually feel they need more hands-on practical skills training in the field. It could even be suitable for someone who has worked in a different occupation and would like to change careers and become an archaeologist. The other specific archaeology apprenticeship that's been developed is a level 7 archaeological specialist. And a level 7 apprenticeship is the academic equivalent to a master's. And so that's for someone who has had some career in archaeology, but really wants to develop further and wants to develop a specialism. And so the 20% of your time, the taught training program for a level 7 archaeology apprenticeship, would actually be doing a archaeological master's degree. So you actually would get a master's out of that, as well as learning those real on-the-ground work-based skills with your employer.
Archaeology, it's the long and short of it, it's about people. That's what heritage is, and it's how people interact with it. Because whether you're studying the architecture of a building, you're studying that person that built that building. So I think that's something that I've really learned coming into this. And with the apprenticeship, one of my colleagues, he's amazing and super interesting, and he always talks about the intangible and the tangible heritage, which is an idea that I hadn't really come across or engaged with before I started working here. And it's just so important to understand that heritage comes in so many different forms, and it's not necessarily something that you can feel or you can touch. And that's what I've really learned throughout my year here, as well as all the amazing practical skills.
If this is like your early career, I definitely recommend getting involved with these heritage apprenticeships. I'm absolutely loving it.